We just found out that Superman shooting little Superman out his fingers is canon as fuck. Let's go look at it. Superman issue 125. The motherfucker Superman lost his powers. They was trying to figure out how he was gonna help him. So we gotta go back, right? Superman saw something in the damn ground. So the motherfucker goes under the earth and shit, buries through the damn, the crust of the earth. And he gets here where it's this fire going off. So he used this shit to cover the fire and stop it from burning all the shit up on top. When he goes back up, he sees this ship, right? He thinks it's from an alien planet and it was here eons ago. He goes up to it and touch it. The shit blew the fuck up. He said it was some type of strange power coursing through it. Fortunately, he's invulnerable, so it don't affect him in any way. That's what he thought, right? So these villains was coming, and they was like, fuck, we finna hit Superman. We finna just run his ass over. Motherfucker, another dude in the car was like, don't do that shit, gonna fuck our car up. Foul, crack his ass. They was like, damn, we just hit his ass like a fly. Superman was like, thank God my body is still invulnerable, even though I lost my super strength. He's like, this shit is embarrassing. I wish I could just land him in jail. I wish, as you see his hands and shit started to glow. I'm talking about them bitches started to glow bright as fuck. That's when we saw his new power. They was like, what's that? I can't believe this. Help. We'll just give up. Take us to jail. They tried to tell the police what the fuck happened. They was like, bro, you got to see that shit to believe it. So news spread about his new power. He tells them that he touched the ship and now all he got to do is just wish some shit and his fingers will glow brighter and brighter. It's like, shit, you might lost your other power, Superman. Well, what difference does that make if you have this new one? So this army truck pulled up looking for Superman help because this cannon had fucking, basically the bitch was finna go off at any moment. That's when his fingers started to glow and he shot out a tiny replica of himself. The people who made that spaceship were very advanced in science. They must have developed a force that enabled them to project an image of themselves in anywhere they wanted. As the proxy Superman flies into the cannon's mouth to prevent the shell from shooting out, Superman was like, it's like telepathy. All my powers are embodied in that midget duplicate of myself, which I can project anywhere. A little later, the Superman explained this theory of his new powers. The only trouble that is my powers have been transferred to that doll-sized replica of the real me. So while I have the new power, it has absorbed all my old ones. You should have seen the way it handled those crooks. One at a time and pulled them out the car and beat the shit out of them. So Superman is faced with another emergency, right? This big-ass iceberg was coming into Metropolis. So he concentrated and made that little-ass Superman the fucking I-beam the damn thing. Superman at this point was not feeling this shit. He don't like that little motherfucker. He just feel useless. Now, everybody then forgot about Superman. All they talk about is his new power. It's like, yeah, he just holds his hands out and suddenly it appeared. Superman was hating on his ass. He was like, everyone impressed except me. Don't they understand how I feel playing second fiddle to a miniature duplicate of myself, a sort of super imp? So then some other shit happened. He's like, look, watch his hands. He finna shoot out a little Superman. That shit is so cute. Superman was like, cute? What nonsense? Don't they realize it's not alive, but just a force I materialize in my image, which borrows my superpower? Split seconds later, thousands of miles away in Paris, motherfucker saves the Eiffel Tower from this big-ass fucking meteorite that was coming. The next day, Superman was flying and there was something happening with this ship. He's like, a fire in the boiler room of that ship. This is a job for Superman's new fucking power. So he makes the Superman, comes out his hand and goes save the day. And soon, days later, motherfuckers forgot about Superman. They stopped putting his ass in the damn newspaper and start putting his little self in there. He's like, bro, fuck that little motherfucker. So this dude's finna get his ass whacked by this dude. So Superman's like, shit, I gotta use my new power. But the motherfucker just came out. He's like, my proxy did it before. I was aware of commanding him to do it. It was acting out of my thoughts before I put them into words. He said, I guess I'm no longer Superman. I'm just a place for that strange form to occupy. I must get rid of it somehow. So then one night, right, Superman came up with an idea because there was a meteor shower coming down and one of the meteorites had fucking Kryptonite in it. He said, I'll order my image to save the city from the meteorites. And if the Kryptonite should destroy him, well, that's his tough luck. So the motherfucker went up and started to save the day, right? He's like, the motherfucker's doing what I would do. It's using other meteorites to fucking deflect the fucking Kryptonite meteorite. Now the bitch done broke up and went around the city. I'm finna call some people to come get that shit. However, there was fucking people that saw that shit and they was like, that's enough Kryptonite to kill Superman. Let's go get that shit quick. So sometime later, it's like, Superman's coming. He'll never be able to get out the way in time. When we notice it, he'll be able to, he's too weak to move. Ready, aim, fire. So they shot the bitch, right? He's like, damn, that shit coming close to me. It's gonna kill me. It's already too close for me to get out of the way. Better use this fucking, he used their imp raid thing, right? The motherfucker jumped on top of the damn Kryptonite, started riding that bitch, using his body and shit to like guide it into the water. But the motherfucker slowly disappeared. The Kryptonite disintegrated that shit forever. It sacrificed itself for Superman, riding the meteorite into the sea where it can't harm him. And the moment that goddamn thing disappeared, he got his powers back. He was his old self. But later, Superman being Superman, he was wondering, did it have a life of its own which it sacrificed for him? Or was it just carrying out his thoughts before he can put them into words? He'll never know. Now you know, Superman shooting Superman out his fucking hands is canon. And Damian was fucking with John about that shit. He was like, oh no, is that who you are? I don't remember seeing you grow up. One day you was just there. Means that your dad... John, are you a finger man?